Welcome back to Nuance Art, your cozy corner for the best in home design and interior inspiration. With Christmas just around the corner, it's time to dust off those storage bins, bring out the pine-scented candles, and dive into this year's festive trends. In this video, we're giving you an exclusive look at the top rustic farmhouse Christmas decor finds at Hobby Lobby for 2025. This year's collection blends elegance, bold charm, and cozy aesthetics, perfect for any home looking to capture that warm, nostalgic farmhouse feel with a modern twist. Whether you're decorating your entryway, dining room, or tree, Hobby Lobby has once again curated a stunning lineup that elevates tradition while embracing fresh, creative styles. So, grab a warm drink, snuggle up, and let's unwrap this year's rustic Christmas magic together. And before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and comment below with your favorite decor theme. Your support means the world to us. Kicking things off, we're loving the neutral-toned wreaths and garlands that celebrate natural textures and a muted color palette. Hobby Lobby's 2025 collection emphasizes rustic eucalyptus, pine cones, frosted berries, and burlap details, perfect for a calming farmhouse ambience. These wreaths aren't just for your front door anymore. Hang them on cabinets, over mirrors, or use them as centerpieces for a dynamic winter tablescape. The garlands, with their mix of snowy greenery and jute twine, drape beautifully across mantles and stair rails, giving your home an earthy, lived-in charm. Pairing these with simple string lights or antique brass bells adds warmth without overwhelming the space. The best part? They're incredibly versatile, allowing you to create cohesive looks across different rooms while sticking to a unified rustic theme. No farmhouse Christmas is complete without the flickering glow of candles. Hobby Lobby's 2025 Rustic Christmas line features distressed wood lanterns, oversized jar candles, and candle holders made of metal, wood, and glass, ideal for adding soft, ambient light to your space. We especially love the faux birch candles. They look just like natural wood and bring a subtle forest touch to your decor. Mix and match lanterns of different heights on your porch, fireplace, or tabletop for a layered look. Many of the new lanterns also feature frosted glass and warm copper accents, blending old-world charm with a modern farmhouse aesthetic. Want to make your decor really pop? Tuck in sprigs of greenery or mini ornaments around your candle trays. This simple trick turns any corner of your home into a cozy Christmas vignette. Let's talk about ornaments, because Hobby Lobby didn't hold back this year. Their 2025 Rustic collection includes plaid stars, felt reindeer, galvanized metal bells, wooden snowflakes, and mini signs with hand-lettered messages. These pieces are not just decorative, they tell a story. The mix of fabric, metal, and natural wood adds texture and authenticity to your tree. Instead of going with a uniform color scheme, consider layering different shapes and materials for that collected over time farmhouse vibe. You'll also find mini skis, sleds, and faux fur wrap baubles that bring nostalgic, wintry charm. And don't forget the handcrafted look. Many ornaments feature visible stitching, jute hangers, and artisanal details that make your tree feel homey, not commercial. For those who love DIY touches, consider adding your own chalkboard tags or cinnamon sticks for a scent that says Christmas at home. One of the standout trends in 2025 is elevated tree styling, and Hobby Lobby is setting the stage with stunning tree toppers and farmhouse-inspired ribbons. This year, oversized wooden stars, woven angel wings, and tin cutouts take center stage, replacing the usual glittery options. These toppers make a bold statement while staying true to the rustic theme. The ribbons are equally noteworthy. Think buffalo plaid, ticking stripe, burlap lace, and frayed edge linen. These add dimension and texture to your tree without clashing with the ornaments. Don't be afraid to layer multiple ribbons for a cascading effect, or weave them through the branches to create visual flow. Whether your tree is traditional green, snowy white, or even a neutral-toned alternative, these toppers and ribbons tie everything together into a cohesive, farmhouse chic masterpiece. Transform your dining space into a festive farmhouse feast with Hobby Lobby's charming tabletop decor. This season features vintage-inspired table runners, ceramic farmhouse plates, and rustic centerpiece trays filled with pine, berries, and little houses. The color palette leans into cream, deep red, forest green, and natural wood, a perfect mix for a holiday gathering that feels timeless. One highlight is their tiered trays featuring miniature scenes, like tiny carolers, lit cabins, and snowy trees, that make great conversation starters. Don't miss the wooden napkin rings shaped like antlers and snowflakes, or the aged silver cutlery sets that add vintage elegance. With just a few key pieces, you can take your table from everyday to extraordinary, while keeping it relaxed and inviting. Wall decor makes a huge impact, and Hobby Lobby is bringing it this Christmas with hand-painted wooden signs, scripture-inspired art, and vintage truck prints, all infused with farmhouse charm. You'll see lots of distressed finishes, hand-lettered fonts, and warm messages like "Home for the Holidays" or "Joy to the World." These pieces work well above mantles, in entryways, or even leaned against your kitchen backsplash. One trend that stands out is the use of shiplap-inspired backdrops and reclaimed wood textures, creating a rustic yet clean aesthetic. Try clustering smaller signs together to build a holiday gallery wall, or pair larger signs with wreaths and stockings for a balanced look. These signs not only fill space, they infuse your home with seasonal warmth and personal sentiment. As temperatures drop, it's all about creating cozy corners. Hobby Lobby's 2025 lineup includes knitted throws, plaid pillows, faux fur cushions, and seasonal rugs that turn any space into a winter retreat. Look for pillow covers with stitched quotes, applique deer, and snowflake embroidery in shades of ivory, tan, and crimson. Chunky knit blankets in cream and olive drape beautifully over sofas, while their new holiday-themed rugs, featuring evergreen patterns or traditional quilt blocks, warm up your entryway or hearth. The best part? These pieces are not just decorative. They're functional, comfortable, and super easy to switch out once the season ends. Layering textures, especially in shared spaces like the living room, helps build a warm and welcoming environment for both family and guests. Even your storage can be festive. Hobby Lobby has introduced wooden crates, wire baskets, and galvanized tubs that double as both storage and decoration. These rustic containers are perfect for holding blankets, displaying ornaments, or organizing wrapping supplies. One charming idea is to stack crates near your tree with labeled signs like toys, presents, or winter wreaths. Add some fairy lights and mini trees for a functional display that feels intentional and stylish. These containers also work beautifully on shelves or under benches, offering a rustic alternative to plastic bins. It's a subtle way to extend your Christmas decor into often overlooked corners of the home, and a great excuse to keep things tidy during the holiday rush. That wraps up our look at Hobby Lobby's top rustic farmhouse Christmas decor finds for 2025. Whether you're drawn to warm neutrals, handcrafted ornaments, or statement lanterns, this year's collection offers something for every style-conscious holiday lover. At Nuance Art, we believe your home should reflect who you are, and this Christmas, that means embracing bold traditions, cozy textures, and timeless rustic elegance. If this video gave you some festive inspiration, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and drop a comment sharing your favorite find or how you're decorating your home this year. We love hearing from our community, and your support helps us keep bringing you beautiful design ideas all year long. Until next time, stay cozy, stay creative, and happy decorating.